What's going on, Landshark Nation? Victor Lubin here checking in, and in this week's Tackle Tuesday, I want to address a common issue in the artificial lure world, and that is, should I be using a loop knot? Loop knots are primarily used when you're fishing artificial because what they allow you is that 360-degree range of freedom right at your connection with your mono or fluorocarbon leader, and what it's supposed to do is allow you to have a more natural presentation of your lure, whether it's a topwater, swim bait, flare hawk, or whatever it may be. It's supposed to give it a more of a wobble and natural presentation. But what we're gonna do today is Brooke's gonna hop in the pool and we're gonna see whether or not this is actually true. So we're gonna test out two knots. We're gonna test out the uni knot and have a side-by-side comparison with the loop knot. And we're gonna see whether the loop knot actually gives it that much of a difference. And keep in mind, we're gonna try to keep this as standardized as possible. So I'm gonna be using my Corrado 200 with 65-pound braid, 40-pound leader for each lure, and each lure retrieval technique is gonna be the exact same for the uni and the loop knot to try to make this as fair a challenge as possible. And we're gonna also test 3 different types of lures to try to see how it affects each one. We're gonna have a surface plug. This is our spook, and I specifically chose this spook without the split ring to avoid any complications to confuse the split ring as acting as a loop knot in itself. Then we have a swim bait style bait right here, which is the spool tech. We're gonna throw that, which can be thrown on top, mid-water, or bottom. And then we're gonna have a good old-fashioned flare hawk jig. This is a first light jig. And we are gonna throw this 2 ways. We're gonna have a steady retrieve, and we're gonna bounce it up and down, up and down. All right, so stay tuned. Brooke's about to hop in the pool. Okay, so one last thing I want to add is all these lure tests were done in Brooke's pool in still water where there was no current. If we did add current to the equation, it could drastically change the presentation of the lures. Alright, so that concludes this week's Tackle Tuesday. I want you guys to comment below whether you like the uni knot or the loop knot more, and whether you think the loop knot is a bit overrated. Personally, I think it's a bit overrated. Don't forget to like the video and stay tuned for next week's Tackle Tuesday.